Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel and welcome to the 1985 Pennant Race in season ticket baseball. It is September 3rd, 1985. This is our first block of September and we are at Tiger Stadium tonight for an American League matchup between the California Angels and the Detroit Tigers. I've got to get Digital Diamond open, but while we get Digital Diamond all set up, I will bring up the standings as of the end of September. In the American League East, we see the Yankees are in control of that division. They're currently 11 games up on the Blue Jays. They should clinch before too long. The Orioles are currently at 73 and 56. They are a game and a half behind the Blue Jays for second place in the division. Right now, Toronto is the 3 seed. The 3 seed would skip the wild card. Detroit is in 4th place right now at 74 and 57. They are a percentage point behind Baltimore in the American League East. Right now, the Tigers would be out, but that could very easily change with fast score. In the AL West, the California Angels, who are tonight's away team, are coming in with a record of 75 and 55. They're 7 games up on the Royals in the AL West. The Royals are at 68 and 62. In the NL East, the Cardinals are all but in cruise control in that division. They're currently at 80 and 49, 4 games ahead of the Mets in the East, and the Expos are behind them, 8 games over 500, but the Expos are struggling a little bit. As for the West, the Astros and the Dodgers are separated by a game, as the Astros are at 79 and 50, the Dodgers are at 79 and 52. The Reds have really come on strong here in the last couple of months. They are at 72 and 58. The Padres are at 500, but remember, in the postseason on the channel, a 500 record won't get you into the playoffs. You've got to have a winning record. So that's what we're aiming for to get into the playoffs. As for tonight's game, as I'm working on getting Digital Diamond set up, the Tigers historically won this game by a final score of 14-8. As usual, we will see what Season Ticket has to say about that. I'm just getting Digital Diamond all set up here. It's being a bit derpy tonight. Second, third, there we go. California and Detroit. And this is where board games start becoming even more critical as well. Because the first tiebreaker is record on the board, is board winning percentage, and then runs on the board. Then, if necessary, a game 163 is played between the tied teams. While I'm getting Digital Diamond set up, I do want to talk a little bit about the post I made on my community tab on my channel earlier this morning about the possible return of Tuesday Night Baseball when we get into the playoffs. So the big problem I had with Tuesday Night Baseball was having fast score with it as well, having to do a full round of ticker action as well. I'm hoping once I get clear of the regular season, I don't have fast score to worry about. I can bring back Tuesday Night Baseball for the playoffs to help things move along, because there are going to be a lot of games once we get into October. But we're expecting a sellout here at Tiger Stadium tonight, and let's jump into this one. Starting pitcher for the Detroit Tigers tonight is Dan Petry, 15 and 13 with a 3.36 ERA, 238 and 2/3 innings pitched, 109 strikeouts, 81 walks, and 24 home runs in 85. As the Tigers get loose behind Petry, we will take our first look at the Angels' starting lineup. Leading off tonight, we've got Gary Pettis in center field. Rod Carew is at first base. Brian Downing is the designated hitter. Reggie Jackson is in right field. Rupert Jones is in left. Bobby Grich is at second base. Jack Howell is at third base. Bob Boone is catching. And Dick Schofield is at shortstop. That is the lineup Petry is charged with keeping in check tonight. And I'm going to make sure I've got fast score. I need to go get fast score. So hang on just a second while I do that. Along with the ticker tracker, I'll need that as well tonight. I'm just going to prepare the tracker and we'll be all set to go. Okay. We're all set there, so let's jump into this one. Leading off for the Angels is Gary Pettis. .257 average, 1 home run, 32 RBIs in 85. We are using blue, white, and orange dice tonight. Actually, I wonder if I got navy blue in here, like a little bit of a darker blue. Let me see what I've got in here. Yeah, we can use this different blue. So in theory, that's a navy blue, white, and orange dice. Tigers are the home team tonight. Angels trying to pad their American League West lead. Tigers trying to get back over top of the Orioles in the AL East. The 1985 Pennant Race is all set to take center stage. Petrie will look in at Parrish for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup, and the 1985 Pennant Race begins with the first pitch here at Tiger Stadium. And we will start off with a 154. Petrie will start off with a fly ball into center field. Coming under that one for the Tigers is going to be Lemon. He will make the catch, 1 out in the inning, and we are underway here at Tiger Stadium. Rod Carew now steps into the batter's box for California. .280 average, 2 home runs, 39 RBIs in 85. Petrie will get the sign from Parrish. He will set. Here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. That is a .248 against the lefty at .248. Is going to be a ground ball right back to Petrie. He will turn, throw that over to Bergman at first. 2 outs in the inning. Batter now for the Angels is Brian Downing. .263 average, 20 home runs, 85 RBI in 85. Petrie will look to Parrish for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. That is a .454 against a righty. A .454 is going to be grounded over to third. Brookins will get to that one for the Tigers. He will take his time, fire that across the diamonds to first, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Angels here in the top of the first. Score is California 0, Detroit coming to bat. Starting pitcher for the California Angels is Kirk McCaskill. 12-12 with a 4.70 ERA. 189 2/3 innings pitched, 102 strikeouts, 64 walks, 23 home runs in 1985. While the rest of the Angels get loose behind McCaskill, we'll go ahead and meet the Tigers' starting lineup. Leading off tonight, we've got Lou Whitaker at second base. Darrell Evans is the designated hitter. Kirk Gibson is in right field. Lance Parrish is catching. Nelson Simmons is in left field. Chet Lemon is in center field. Dave Bergman is at first base. Tom Brookins is at third base. And Doug Baker is the shortstop tonight. That's the lineup McCaskill has to keep in check as the Tigers get ready to go to passive-aggressive war with the Orioles in the AL East for one of the last berths in the AL wildcard game. In fact, I'm pretty sure whoever in the AL East makes the wildcard game will be hosting it. Leading off for the Tigers is Lou Whitaker. .279 average, 21 home runs, 73 RBI in 85. McCaskill will look in at Boone for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup, and here comes the pitch. With a 124, that'll turn into a 324, and Whitaker is going to lead off for the Tigers with a base hit on the infield. He will be the first base runner for either team today. The infield, will go to double play depth as Darrell Evans steps into the batter's box. .248 average, 40 home runs, 94 RBI in 85. Evans has got great power. He's going to grip it and rip it. McCaskill will get the sign from Boone. He will set. Here's the kick, and here's the pitch. Actually, the infield would also... I adjusted the wrong thing. The infield will be at double play depth. Now McCaskill gets the sign from Boone, and he will pitch. With a 506, that's going to give us a rare play here, almost right off the bat. So we need to find a runner on first for a rare play with less than 2 outs. That is a 623, and a 623 says it's going to be a ground ball over to the left side. First baseman makes a diving stop, tossing the ball to the pitcher just as the batter reaches to the bag. Batter is called out, leading to an argument between pitcher, batter, and umpire that allows the runner to reach third base. Runner 1 may score by challenging the pitcher's arm. Whitaker's got a speed of 3 against an arm of a 3. He will hold at third base. So now I've got to enter this in digital diamond. So that'll be a G1. So bear with me for a second while I get this hammered out. So I believe that's going to be runner advances. Yep. So hold on a second. Runner advances R2. So we should end up with Whitaker at third. There we go. 1 out on the play, and the infield's got to play in. As Evans triggers an argument on a close play, Kirk Gibson will now step into the batter's box. 287 average, 29 home runs, 97 RBI in 85. Looking at arm ratings, he's got a speed of 3. Let's see, 5, 2, 4. Whitaker might not have a choice. I think he is going to have to go on contact here with 1 out in the inning. McCaskill will get the sign from Boone. He will set. Here's the kick, and here's the pitch. That is a 421 against a righty. A 421 is going to be a fly ball, a fly ball into center field. Pettis will get under that one to make the catch. Actually, hold on. I forgot to enter. So G31. Whitaker ended up at second. Okay. Now that we've got that sorted out, Gibson with a fly ball into center field. Coming under that for the Angels is going to be Pettis. He will make the catch for out number 2. Here comes Whitaker breaking for the plate, and the throw won't be in time. Whitaker will slide in safe and score the first run. Detroit will take an early 1-0 lead. Stadium cheers. Yay! As Whitaker comes in to score, but there are 2 outs in the inning. Lance Parrish is now the batter. 273 average, 28 home runs, 98 RBI in 85. McCaskill will get the sign from Boone. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. That is a 441 against a righty, a 441. Parrish is going to get into one. That'll get to the gap, and Parrish will extend the inning with a 2-out double. McCaskill looking a little bit shaky to start this game off. Nelson Simmons will now step into the batter's box for the Tigers. 239 average, 10 home runs, 33 RBI in 85. McCaskill looking in at Boone for the sign. Tigers want more runs. McCaskill will set, and he will pitch. That is a 305, and a 305. Simmons is going to swing through a changeup on the outside corner for strike 3. That will retire the side. 1 run on 2 hits, one of those being a sacrifice fly by Gibson, will give the Tigers a 1-0 lead after 1. Stopping in to check in with chat. Okay. Leading off the top of the second for the Angels, we've got some bum by the name of Reggie. Nobody's going to hear much about him, I don't think. Reggie Jackson is the batter. 252 average, 27 home runs, 85 RBIs in 85. I hear he was pretty good, but he was before my time. Petrie will get the sign from Parrish. Tigers lead 1-0. Petrie will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. That is a 659 going over to Tiger Stadium. 6:59 is going to be a ground ball over to short. Getting to that one is going to be Baker. He will make the throw over to first, and that will be out number 1. Rupert Jones, now the batter. 231 average, 21 home runs, 67 RBIs in 85. Petrie will get the sign from Parrish. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. With a 579, that's over to left field. That's Simmons, and a 579. That's going to drop in front of Simmons and be a base hit for Jones. That'll be the first base runner for California tonight. The infield will go to double play depth as Bobby Grich now steps into the batter's box. 242 average, 13 home runs, 53 RBIs in 85. Jones, not going to try to do anything crazy here. Grich has got pretty good power with a bunt. They're going to let Grich swing away here. Petrie will get the sign from Parrish, and he will pitch. With a 481 against a righty of 481. Grich is going to swing through the high heat for strike 3. That is out number 2. Petrie trying to work around a 1-out single here in the top of the second. Here's Jack Howell in the batter's box. 197 average, 5 home runs, 18 RBI in 85. Petrie will get the sign from Parrish. He will set, and he will pitch. With a 575, that's over to Simmons. And this time, Simmons is going to move in for that one, but he will make that catch this time, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except the single for the Angels with 1 out, but the Angels can't do anything with it as we get set for the bottom of the second. Detroit still holding on to a 1-0 lead. Bottom of the second, we'll bring the second half of Detroit's order up. Here's Chet Lemon to lead off for the Tigers. 265 average, 18 home runs, 68 RBI in 85. McCaskill will look to Boone for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. That is a 193, and a 193 is going to be a bloop single by Lemon. He'll get that one just out of the infield, but just out of the infield will work for a base hit for Lemon. The infield will go to double play depth for the Angels, and here's Dave Bergman stepping into the batter's box. 179 average, 3 home runs, 7 RBIs in 85. McCaskill looking to Boone for the sign. Tigers aren't going to do anything special. Bergman's going to swing. McCaskill will set, and he will pitch. That is going to be a 571. That'll be into left field. Going after that for the Angels is Jones. And a 571 is going to be a nice, easy fly ball. Jones will make that catch on a trot, and that'll be out number 1. Is now the batter for the Tigers. 237 average, 7 home runs, 47 RBI in 85. And I didn't even notice OBS was being dumb tonight. It's going to be one of those nights, I see. Delightful. Right. McCaskill will get the sign from Boone. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 253 against a righty. A 253 is going to be a 583. Now we're going into center field. That is Pettis, and Pettis will make that catch with no problem, going back for that one. But he'll make that play, and that'll be the second out of the inning. Doug Baker is now the batter. 185 average, no home runs, and 1 RBI in 85. McCaskill gets the sign from Boone. He will set, and he will pitch. With a 362. And a 362 is going to be a ground ball over to short. Schofield will get to that one. He will make the play over to first, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except the leadoff single for the Tigers. We are still at 1-0 Detroit after 2. Hopefully you guys are enjoying a little September 1985 baseball tonight. The pennant race looks like it's going to be an exciting one as it is taking center stage starting tonight. Also, we will be picking the ticker games on the fly at this point of the season. Hold on just a second. OBS is yelling at me about something. See if I can figure out what OBS is yelling at me about. Okay, whatever it is, it looks like it's behaving now. So I think we can back out of there, and we'll get back to business here. Top of the third, we'll bring the bottom of the Angels order up. Here's Boone. Bob Boone with a 248 average, 5 home runs, 55 RBI, and 85. Petrie will look in at Parrish for the sign. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 444 against a righty. That'll be grounded right back to Petrie. Petrie will get that over to Bergman at first for out number 1. Dick Schofield, now the batter for the Angels. 219 average, 8 home runs, 41 RBI, and 85. Petrie looking in at Parrish for the sign. He will set, and he will pitch. With a 361, and a 361 is going to get popped up on the infield. Bergman will get over to that one with no problem. Get slightly into foul territory, but he will track it down, make the catch, and that is out number 2. Pettis, now the batter. Pettis is 0 for 1 tonight. Petrie will get the sign from Parrish. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. With a 629. A 629 is going to get popped up on the infield about a mile high to short. Getting under that one is going to be Baker. He will make that catch, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Angels in the top of the third. We get set for the bottom of the third with the top of Detroit's order due up next. Leading off the bottom of the third, we've got Whitaker stepping into the batter's box. Whitaker tonight is 1 for 1 with a single, and he scored Detroit's only run on a sac fly by Gibson. McCaskill looking into Boone for the sign, and he will pitch. That is a 273 against a lefty. 273. Uh-oh. Whitaker thinks he's gotten into one. That is deep to right field. Whitaker with a power of a 6. Does he double the Tigers' lead? Yes, he does. That ball is going to get out here with a boom! That ball is hit high. That ball is hit deep to right field. Jackson going back for that one. He's back to the track, back to the wall, and that ball is gone. Home run, Lou Whitaker. 2-0 in favor of the Tigers as Whitaker will trot around the bases. Stadium cheers. Yay! Evans is now the batter. Evans grounded out his first time up. Tiger Stadium now alive. 2-0 Detroit here in the bottom of the third. McCaskill gets the sign from Boone. Tigers know September is must-win baseball for them. McCaskill will set, and he will pitch. That is a 334. And Evans is going to get frozen by a changeup for strike 3. That is out number 1. Changeup catches the outside corner for strike 3, and here's Gibson. Gibson is 0 for 1. Gibson has a sacrifice fly. McCaskill looking into Boone for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. That is a 400 even. And against a righty, Gibson will work a one-out walk out of the at-bat. The Angels' infield will go to double play depth as Parrish is now the batter. Parrish has a double tonight. Nothing special here. Parrish is going to grip it and rip it. McCaskill will get the sign from Boone, and he will pitch. That is going to be a 130, and a 130 is going to be grounded right back to McCaskill. McCaskill will turn, throw to Schofield at second to get Gibson. Schofield will try to make the pivot over to Carew at first. That won't be in time, but that will be 2 outs in the inning as the speedy Gibson is going to get thrown out. Simmons is now the batter. Simmons tonight is 0 for 1. McCaskill trying to navigate around a leadoff homer. He will get the sign from Boone. McCaskill will set, and he will pitch. That is a 398. And a 398 is not going to help McCaskill get out of the inning because that's going to be a 2-run bomb by Nelson Simmons. That's going to get out of here with a boom! High, deep, gone. Home run, Nelson Simmons. For 4-0 in favor of the Tigers. Stadium cheers. Yay! Lemon, now the batter. Lemon tonight is 1 for 1 with a single. McCaskill has got to have instant amnesia. Tigers are not screwing around tonight. McCaskill will get the sign from Boone. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 452 against a righty. A 452. McCaskill is going to come in a little bit too far with a changeup and hit Lemon. Plunk. Ouch. And Lemon will go to first on the hit batter. A free base runner is the last thing the Angels need to be giving out. Here's Bergman. Bergman flew out his first time up to left. McCaskill kicking himself on that one. He will get the sign from Boone, though. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 478 against a righty. 478 is going to be grounded right in front of the plate. Boone will throw his mask away. He will get that over to first, and that will retire the side. What an inning for the Tigers, though. 3 runs on 2 hits, a walk, and a hit batter. 2 home runs in the inning. A solo bomb by Whitaker and a 2-run shot by Simmons, as the score is now 4-0 Tigers after 3. Fans here at Tiger Stadium are very happy with what they see so far tonight. Leading off the top of the 4th for the Angels, we're looking at the top of the order, and here's Carew. Carew tonight is 0 for 1. Petrie will get the sign from Parrish. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 213 against a lefty. 213 is going to turn into a 413, and Carew is going to work a leadoff walk out of that at bat. He's got a patient eye. He'll foul off a bunch of pitches until finally a slider gets out of the zone for ball 4, and Carew will trot to first with a leadoff single, or with a leadoff walk. Infield will go to double play depth, and here's Downing. Downing's 0 for 1 tonight. Nothing special here. Downing's actually going to grip it and rip it as well. At least that's the plan for him anyway. Petrie will get the sign from Parrish. He will set, and he will pitch. A 125 is going to be grounded right back to Petrie. He will turn, throw that over to Bergman. to get Downing for 1 out in the inning. Carew will make second on the play, though. Here's Jackson. Jackson tonight is 0 for 1. Petrie looking over to Carew at second. Jackson is also going to grip it and rip it. Petrie will get the sign from Parrish. He will set, and he will pitch. With a 472 against a righty, 472 is going to be a ground ball over to second. Whitaker will get to that one. He will throw that over to first for out number 2. Carew will make third. Two outs in the inning, and Jones now the batter. Jones tonight is 1 for 1 with a single. Petrie trying to work around a leadoff walk, although Carew has made his way over to third. Petrie will get the sign from Parrish. He will set, and he will pitch. With a 230 against a lefty, a 230 is going to be a 2-out walk for Jones, as he will trot to first on another slider missing the zone. And here's Grich with 2 outs. Grich tonight is 0 for 1. I'm just going to check and make sure if my mic is still working. Okay. Petrie will get the sign from Parrish. He will set. Fans at Tiger Stadium are on their feet, hoping for a big-time pitch. Petrie will set, and he will pitch. That is a 663. And a 663 is going to be a ground ball over to short. Baker will grab that one. He will take that to the bag himself, and that will retire the side. 2 walks, but the Angels get nothing out of it as we get set for the bottom of the 4th. Stadium size. Phew. I'm going to take a quick drink since my throat got a little bit dry there. Okay. That's better. Bottom of the 4th, we'll bring the bottom of the Tigers' order up. Here's Brookins. Brookins is 0 for 1 tonight. McCaskill trying to help the Angels navigate this game. He will get the sign from Boone. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 665. That'll turn into a 675 because the home team's batting, and that'll be a wild pitch, ball 1. We will do it again. That is a 490 against a righty, and it's going to be a fly ball into center field. Pettis will get after that one for the Angels. He'll track that down, going back toward the track, but he'll have plenty of room before the track. 1 out in the inning. Baker, now the batter. Baker's 0 for 1 tonight. McCaskill will look in at Boone for the sign. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 495 against a righty, a 495. Baker's going to swing through the high heat for strike 3. That is out number 2. Whitaker, now the batter. Whitaker is 2 for 2 with a single and a solo home run. 4-0 Tigers, bottom of the 4th. McCaskill gets the sign from Boone. He will set, and he will pitch. With a 261 against a lefty at 261. McCaskill made a bad pitch. Whitaker gets into another one that is deep to right field. Does Whitaker do it again with a power of a 6? Whitaker is going to get under that one going into right field, and it's going to die out there as Jackson will track that down near the wall, but he will make that catch and that will retire the side. Luckily for the Angels, 1, 2, 3 go the Tigers here in the bottom of the fourth. Detroit still holding a 4-0 lead after 4. Top of the fifth, we'll see the bottom of the Angels' order. We're also going to get some activity in California's bullpen, as starting to get loose for the Angels is going to be... who are the Angels going to get loose? Let's see who the Angels have tonight. The Angels are going to get Luis Sanchez. Luis Sanchez. Actually, who do they have coming up? Lefty, lefty, righty. He's a bad idea. They're going to get Stu Clyburn warming up in the Angels bullpen. Leading off for the Angels is the bottom of their order. Here's Jack Howell. Howell tonight is 0 for 1. Petrie will look into Parrish for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. That is a 218 against a lefty. 218 is going to be a leadoff walk as Howell will trot to first on the free pass. Petrie loses control of a splitter in the dirt for ball 4, and Howell will walk to first. The infield will go to double play depth, and here's Boone. Boone tonight is 0 for 1. The Angels need to produce runs. Boone's going to lay down the bunt here. The corners are going to come in, expecting the bunt. And there's my bunt strategy. Okay. Petrie will get the sign from Parrish. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 556. That'll be hit over to third base. Third base for the Tigers tonight is Brookins, and a 556 is going to be a base. Actually, that's a bunt. I forgot that was a bunt. 10, 16, 24 is going to be all runners advance. So that's actually to the catcher. Catcher for the Tigers is Parrish with an arm of a 6. And that's going to be against the batter's speed. So Boone's got to beat a 16 with his speed of 1 to get on base. Does he do it? Surprisingly, 20 plus 1 is 21. Boone will surprisingly beat that one out, and that'll be a single for Boone. As the bunt catches the Tigers off guard. Is there a way to show bunting for a hit? Let me look here, see if there's... Quick start, bunt. I guess I'm just got to call it 1B2. As the Angels all of a sudden have two men on, nobody out. Infield back to double play depth, and here's Schofield. Schofield tonight is 0 for 1. Tiger Stadium suddenly looking nervous. Petrie is in a bit of a jam here in the top of the fifth. Howell at second, Boone at first, Schofield at the plate. Petrie will get the sign from Parrish, and he will pitch. That is a 124, and a 124 is going to be a ground ball right back to Petrie. What's he going to do with it? Is he going to try to... I think he's going to try to... Let's see, so on that... Would he be able to challenge the runner's speed? I think there's a choice of either challenge the... No, it doesn't look like there's a... I don't think there's a way to... I feel like they'd want to try to challenge here if they could. But Let me just look here to see what I can do with this. Because I feel like in this situation, the Tigers would probably want to challenge. Describes a force out. So if the runner chooses to challenge, doesn't look like it. So on a 124, we said that was grounded right back to Petrie. He will throw that over to Bergman for the out. That's the first out of the inning, but that is going to force the infield in as everybody is going to move up. Batter now is Pettis. Pettis today is 0 for 2, as the Angels are now threatening here in the top of the fifth. Howell with a speed of 2-2-0. Howell is going on contact for the Angels. Petrie will get the sign from Parrish, and he will pitch. That is a 460. Pettis against a righty with a 460 is going to be a fly ball into left field. Going after that for the Tigers is going to be Simmons. He will catch that. That'll be out number 2. Just going to double check something. Okay. Howell coming in. He will make a break for the plate. Here comes the throw from Simmons. The throw is not in time. That'll be enough to score. That'll score Howell. Boone will also go to third as the Angels now get on the board. And the Tigers lead 4-1. 2 outs in the inning, though. Stadium groans. Ugh. Here's Carew. Carew tonight has a walk, and he's 0 for 1. Petrie will get the sign from Parrish. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 450. Carew against a righty. That'll be grounded over to second. Grabbing that one for the Tigers is Whitaker. He will throw that over to first, and that will retire the side. But the Angels managed to get on the board. 1 run, a walk, and a hit, and the Angels parlay that into their lone run of the game so far. Score is now 4-1 Detroit as we head into the bottom of the 5th. As ID Jester, Philip Anderson, and Troy Sawyer now join us here at Tiger Stadium. And yes, Troy, it's nice to have you around. And gentlemen, if you would all like to weigh in on our next feature game, our next game on the board, we are going to be picking that on the fly, as we're going to be doing in September. Next feature game is going to be September 7th, 1985. I've got one game that I've kind of got my eye on for that one, but we will talk more about that after Fast Score. So, bottom of the 5th now for the Tigers, as they're looking at the top of their order. Here's Evans coming up. Evans tonight is 0 for 2. Clyburn continuing to throw in the Angels' bullpen. McCaskill will get the sign from Boone. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 5. We're going to call that a 595. So that'll be into right field somewhere. Jackson going for that one. And that's going to get to the wall on Jackson, and that's going to be a double for Evans. And just like that, the Tigers have the leadoff runner in scoring position. Here's Gibson. Gibson tonight is 0 for 1 with a walk. McCaskill will get the sign once again from Boone. He will set, and he will pitch. With a 668, that'll turn into a 678. Plunk. Ouch. McCaskill hits Gibson now tonight as well. Second hit batter by the Angels tonight. Not a good night to be an Angels fan. Fans at Tiger Stadium are loud as the Tigers are threatening. Here's Parrish. Parrish tonight is 1 for 2 with a double of his own. 4-1 Tigers, bottom of the 5th. Fans at Tiger Stadium are loud. Evans at second, Gibson at first. Tigers want more. McCaskill gets the sign from Boone, and he will pitch. That is a 648. That'll turn into a 658. And that's going to be a ground ball over to short. Grabbing that is Schofield. He will throw that over to Gritch at second to get Gibson. Then Gritch will try to make the throw over to Carew at first, but the relay won't be in time. That'll be the first out of the inning. As Parrish will reach first, and Evans will go to third. Batter now is Simmons, right. One out in the inning. Simmons tonight is 1 for 2 with a 2-run bomb. The infield is going to have to play in on this one. Evans is going to have to go on contact, even though with a good California infield. McCaskill will get the sign from Boone. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 393. And a 393 is going to be a base hit for Simmons. And the Tigers will continue to pour it on here. Evans will score, Parrish to second, Simmons to first, 5-1, 5-1 Tigers. Stadium cheers. Yay! Lemon, now the batter. Lemon tonight is 1 for 1 with a single, and he's been hit by a pitch. Clyburn looking like he's going to be coming in soon. McCaskill will get the sign from Boone. What? I never pressed the enter button on that. McCaskill will get the sign from Boone, and he will pitch. 4-11 against a righty of 4-11. Lemon's going to get into that one, and that's going to be a base hit. Right. Okay, just adjusting things here. Hold on. Okay. Now that I got that sorted out, Parrish will score. Simmons will make second. Parrish will score. Simmons will go to second. Lemon to first. 6-1 in favor of the Tigers. Stadium cheers. Yay! McCaskill does not seem like he's going to be able to get out of this inning. Here's Bergman. Bergman tonight is 0 for 2. Angels infield is at double play depth. Angels manager telling McCaskill, get us out of this inning if you can. McCaskill will get the sign from Boone, and he will pitch. That is a 584. That'll be into center field. Center fielder is Pettis, and a 584 is going to be a fly ball into center field. Pettis going after that one. He will come in slightly for that one. He'll make the catch, and that will be out number 2. Here's Brookins. Brookins is 0 for 2 tonight. McCaskill gets the sign from Boone. He will set, and he will pitch. With a 668, that'll turn into a 678, and that's going to be another hit batter. Plunk. Ouch. And now the bases are full of kitty cats. Simmons goes to third, Lemon to second, Brookins to first, and the batter now for the Tigers is Baker. Baker tonight is 0 for 2. McCaskill going to try to get out of this inning. He will get the sign from Boone. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 335. And Baker's going to swing through a changeup for strike 3. That will retire the side. Let's see, 2 runs on 1, 2, 3 hits, 2 hit batters. Detroit now holding a 6-1 lead after 5. Just stopping with chat. And yes, we've got a lot of hit batters tonight. And I will say, Philip, that Mets and Dodgers is the game I've got penciled in. So unless something absolutely crazy happens in fast score tonight, we will probably be going to, that'll be at Dodger Stadium. That game would be on the 7th. But before we get to the top of the 6th, I do need to take a small break. And yes, as Philip Anderson so eloquently put it, we are getting into playoff caliber kind of games now. So I definitely want to be featuring the pennant races here as we get into September. Top of the 6th coming up, as Clyburn continues to throw for the Angels in the bullpen, we will see Downing leading off for the Angels. Downing tonight is 0 for 1. 6-1 Tigers, top of the 6th. Petrie will get the sign from Parrish. Petrie pitching well tonight. Petrie will set, and he will pitch. With a 237 against a righty, a 237 is going to be a ground ball over to second. Whitaker will pick that one up. He will take his time, get that over to first. Out number 1 in the inning. Tigers can't afford too many mistakes, and they've been making the most of the chances the Angels have been giving them tonight. Here's Jackson. Jackson's 0 for 2. Petrie will get the sign from Parrish. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 639, and a 639 is going to be a fly ball into center field. Lemon will get under that one. Coming in for that one, he'll make the catch on a jog, out number 2. Jones, now the batter for the Angels. He is 1 for 1 with a single and a walk tonight. Petrie will get the sign from Parrish. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 385, and it's going to be a ground ball over to short. Baker will get to that one ranging to his left. He will make the throw over to first, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Angels here in the top of the 6th. Tigers holding comfortably onto a 6-1 lead heading into the bottom of the 6th. McCaskill is going to come out of the game tonight. The Tigers are going to go to the Angels are going to go to the bullpen. And coming in to pitch for the Angels tonight Coming in to pitch for the Angels now is going to be Stu Clyburn. 9-3 with a 2.09 ERA. 99 innings pitched, 48 strikeouts, 26 walks, and 5 home runs in 85. He will face the top of the Tigers order. Here's Whitaker. Whitaker's 2 for 3 with a single and a solo bomb. Clyburn will get the sign from Boone. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 430 against a righty, and it'll be a ground ball over to second. Grabbing that one is Gritch. He will throw that over to first, out number 1. One out in the inning, and Evans is now the batter. Evans tonight is 1 for 3 with a double. Clyburn gets the sign from Boone. He will set, and he will pitch. With a 648, that'll turn into a 658, and that'll be a ground ball over to short. Schofield will get that one, ranging to his right. He will throw that over to first on the back foot and get Evans by a couple steps. 2 outs in the inning. Gibson, now the batter. Gibson is 0 for 1 with a sacrifice fly, a walk, and he's been hit by a pitch. Clyburn gets the sign from Boone. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 331 and a 331. Gibson's going to swing through a changeup for strike 3. That will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Tigers in the bottom of the 6th. Score remains 6-1 Detroit after 6. The Angels need to start putting some runs together here. Otherwise, this is going to be a long night for them. And with the Royals on their heels, the Angels can't afford many losses either. Top of the 7th, we'll see the second half of the Angels' order. Petrie will continue to pitch. Here's Gritch. Gritch tonight is 0 for 2. We are going to get some just-in-case activity in the righty. Oh, and OBS is being dumb again tonight. And it just reconnected. Okay. Let's see. Righty. Okay, so probably switches. Switch lefty, righty. They're going to get Chuck Carey warming up in the Tigers' bullpen. Petrie will get the sign from Parrish. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 641, and a 641 is going to be a ground ball right to Bergman. He will wave off Petrie coming over to cover the bag. Bergman will take that to the bag himself. Out number 1 in the inning. Howell, now the batter. Howell tonight is 0 for 1 with a walk. Petrie will get the sign from Parrish. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 543. That's hit over to second base. That's Whitaker. And Whitaker will get that one on a hop. He will take his time, move that over to first, and that will be out number 2. Two outs in the inning, and here's Boone. Boone tonight is 1 for 2 with a single. Petrie still looking like he's got pretty good stuff on the hill tonight. He will get the sign from Parrish, and he will pitch. That is a 496. Uh-oh. Against a righty of 496. Oh, boy. Boone thinks he's got into one that is deep to left field. Boone with the power of a 2. The Angels could use something here. Let's see what happens. Well, this isn't something the Angels had in mind, as Boone's going to get under that one, get that into left field. Coming in for that one is going to be Simmons. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Angels here in the top of the 7th. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Feel free to sing "Take Me Out to the Ball Game," but as usual, I won't torture you guys with my rendition of it. I will, however, take a small break. Don't forget, we have Fast Score coming up after tonight's game. Tomorrow night will be September 7th, 1985. Unless something absolutely batty happens in Fast Score tonight, we will be at Dodger Stadium for that game, as the New York Mets will be taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers. Right. Ed Lynch will be starting for the Mets, and Jerry Royce will be starting for the Dodgers. But I do reserve the right to change that unless something batty happens. For now, though, let's pencil in a trip to Dodger Stadium for the Mets and the Dodgers. Bottom of the 7th coming up, Clyburn will continue to pitch, as stepping into the batter's box for the Tigers will be Parrish. Parrish tonight is 1 for 3 with a double. We're going to get more activity in the Angels' bullpen, as coming into pitch is starting to get loose will be Luis Sanchez for the Angels. Clyburn will get the sign from Boone. He will set, and he will pitch. That is going to be a 135, and that'll be a ground ball over to first. Carew will get to that one. He'll flip that over to Clyburn, coming over to cover, and that'll be out number 1. And here's Simmons. Simmons tonight is 2 for 3 with a 2-run home run and a single. 6-1 Tigers, bottom of the 7th. Tigers trying to pick up some ground in the AL East. Angels trying to get some breathing room on the Royals. Clyburn will get the sign from Boone, and he will pitch. That is a 536. That's over to first base. That's Carew. And a 536 is going to be a base hit for Simmons. He could try to extend that into a double, but he's going to be content with the single. And that'll be the first point of pitcher fatigue on Clyburn. Infield will go to double play depth. I'll get the spin down for the fatigue on Clyburn, as Lemon will now be the batter. Lemon tonight is 2 for 2 with 2 singles, and he's been hit by a pitch. Nothing cute here. Lemon's just going to grip it and rip it. Clyburn will get the sign from Boone, and he will pitch. That is going to be a 237 against a righty. A 237 is going to be a ground ball over to third. Grabbing that is going to be Howell. He will throw that across the diamond for out number 2. Simmons will go to second on the play. Bergman, now the batter. Bergman tonight is 0 for 3. Clyburn trying to get out of the inning. He will get the sign from Boone, and he will pitch. That is a 489 against a righty. 489 is going to be a fly ball into center field. Pettis will get to that one, ranging to his left. He will make the catch, and that will retire the side. Nothing across except the single for the Tigers. The score will remain 6-1 in favor of Detroit after 7. Petrie's going to come out of the game. The Tigers are not in the mood. The Tigers don't want funny business tonight. Petrie's got nothing to prove tonight. He will come out of the game. Coming in to pitch for the Tigers tonight. Just going to catch up with my phone real quick. Okay. Tigers are not in the mood for funny business. Coming in to pitch tonight is going to be Chuck Carey. 0-1 with a 3.42 ERA. 23 2/3 innings pitched. 22 strikeouts, 8 walks, 2 home runs in 85. He will be charged with the top of the Angels order. Here's Schofield. Schofield's 0 for 2. Carey will get the sign from Parrish. He will set, and he will pitch. That will be a 456 against a lefty. A 456 is going to be a fly ball into right field. Gibson will get under that one for the Tigers. He will make that catch, and that will be out number 1. And while Digital Diamond catches up, I'm going to open up my standings file in Excel. Batter now is Pettis. Pettis tonight is 0 for 3. Still waiting for Excel to cooperate with me. There we go. Carey will get the sign from Parrish, and he will pitch. That is a 4-14 against the lefty. Pettis is going to get a walk out of that at bat as Carey lets a curveball come a little too far inside. That'll be ball 4, and Pettis will reach with a 1-out single. There we go. Got everything I need now. Infield will go to double play depth, and here's Carew. Carew tonight is 0 for 2 with a walk. Angels aren't going to do anything crazy here. They need base runners. Carey, no, I was going to say a hit and run maybe, but not in a 5-run game. I don't think there's anything cute here. Carey will get the sign from Parrish, and he will pitch. That is a 289 against the lefty, 289. Uh-oh. Carew thinks he's got into one to right field. Carew with the power of a 0, though. What can he do with this pitch to right field? Carew and OBS deciding to be dumb once again. Downing, now the batter. Downing tonight is 0 for 3. Carey trying to hold this game down right where it is. He will get the sign from Parrish. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 110. That'll turn into a 310, and Downing's going to get frozen by a curveball for strike 3. That will retire the side. Nothing across except for the walk for the Angels. It is still 6-1 Tigers as we head into the bottom of the 8th. Similar logic for the Tigers. They're not going to overextend Clyburn. He's going to come out of the game. Coming in to pitch for the Angels is going to be Luis Sanchez. 2-0 with a 5.72 ERA. 61 1/3 innings pitched, 34 strikeouts, 27 walks, 9 home runs, and 85. He will be charged with the bottom of the Tigers' order. Here's Brookins. Brookins tonight is 0 for 2, but he's been hit by a pitch. We're going to get to more activity in the Tigers' bullpen as they don't want any funny business tonight. And coming in to pitch, let's see, lefty, righty. They're going to get Bill Scherer. Are they going to get Bill Scherer warming up or somebody else? They're going to get Randy O'Neal warming up, actually. That's who the Tigers are going to start loosening up. Sanchez will get the sign from Boone. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 132. And a 132 is going to be a fly ball into right field. Getting under that one for the Angels is Jackson. He will make that catch, and that will be out number 1. Baker is now the batter. Baker's 0 for 3 tonight. Sanchez will look in at Boone for the sign. He will set. Here's the windup, and here's the pitch. 297 against a switch left. 297. Uh-oh. Baker's into one. That is deep to right field. Baker with a power of a 0, though. Does he extend the Tigers' stranglehold on this game? No, but that will be a base hit into right field, as that'll drop in front of Jackson for a 1-out single. The infield will go to double play depth, and here's Whitaker. Whitaker tonight is 2 for 4 with a single and a solo home run. Sanchez will get the sign from Boone. He will set, and he will pitch. That is a 465 against a righty, a 465. Whitaker is going to get into one. That'll be a double into right field. As that'll get to the wall behind Jackson, he'll track that one down. But by the time he does, Baker will be at third, Whitaker will be at second. The infield will be playing in. As the batter now is Evans. Evans is 1 for 4. He's got a double tonight, though. Baker edging off of third, Whitaker at second. Baker is going on contact. Sanchez will get the sign from Boone, and he will pitch. 433 is going to be a ground ball right back to the plate. And with Baker going on contact, he's got to challenge he's got to challenge Boone's arm of a 7. Holy cow. Boone with only a speed of 3. Here he comes toward the plate. Can he get there with a speed of 3 against an arm of 17? Baker will make it close with a good slide, but Boone is going to tag him out for the second out of the inning. As Baker tries to score, but he's going to get caught at the plate. And everybody moves up. Tigers tried to get greedy, but they paid for it with the infield in. 2 outs, and the batter now is Gibson. Gibson tonight is 0 for 2 with a walk, and he's been hit by a pitch. 2 outs in the inning. 6-1 Tigers, bottom of the 8th. Tigers need every win they can find to try to keep pace with the Orioles in the AL East. Sanchez will get the sign from Boone, and he will pitch. That is a 609. That'll turn into a 619, and that'll be popped up on the infield to second base. Gritch will get under that one. It's about a mile high. He will make that catch, and that will retire the side. 2 hits for the Tigers, but they can't do anything with it. We are still looking at a 6-1 Tigers lead after 8. But will we see some 9th inning magic? We'd have to be here for a while for the Orioles to make the kind of 9th inning magic they need to win this game. Carey's going to come out of the game. Again, the Tigers are not in the mood for funny business tonight. They want to make sure this game gets over with a win. Coming in to pitch for the Tigers is going to be Randy O'Neal. 5-5 with a 3.24 ERA. 94 and a third innings pitched, 52 strikeouts, 36 walks, 8 home runs in 85. He will be facing the middle of the Angels' order. Here's Jackson. Jackson's 0 for 3 tonight. O'Neal will get the sign from Parrish. He will set, and he will pitch. A 383 and a 383. Jackson's going to swing through the high heat for strike 3. That is out number 1. Jackson trying to start the comeback all on his own, but instead he brings the Angels 2 outs closer to losing this game. Here's Jones. Jones tonight is 1 for 2 with a single and a walk. O'Neal looking in at Parrish for the sign, and he will pitch. That is a 171, and a 171 is going to be a 1-out walk by Jones. Just adjusting my score sheet. The Tigers' infield will go to double play depth, and here's Gritch. Gritch tonight is 0 for 3. Nothing cute here. The Angels are just going to swing away. O'Neal will get the sign from Parrish, and he will pitch. That is a 113. That'll turn into a 313. And Gritch is going to swing through a slider for strike 3. That is out number 2. And the last chance for the Angels comes to Jack Howell. Howell tonight is 0 for 2 with a walk. Jones at first. Tiger Stadium loud, hoping the Tigers can get this game over with. O'Neill will get the sign from Parrish. He will set, and he will pitch. 459 against a righty. A 459 is going to be a fly ball into left field. Tiger Stadium jumping up and down. Simmons will get under that one. He'll put out his glove, blop, and the ball falls into it. That's your game. The Detroit Tigers exercise almost complete control over this game as they will defeat the California Angels by a final score of 7-1. Stadium cheers. Yay! Final line score coming up. For the Tigers, 7 runs on 11 hits and no errors. For the Angels, 1 run on 2 hits and no errors. Winning pitcher tonight is going to be Dan Petry. Kirk McCaskill will eat the loss in this one. But of course, we are not done yet because I am going to do my usual round of cleanup, and then we've got to ask Fast Score how the rest of the majors fared. So looking at the length of tonight's stream so far, before I take the ticker into account, because remember, when I was making the post on my community tab about bringing back Tuesday Night Baseball for the playoffs, that is the game indeed, Philip. When I made the post earlier this morning about bringing back Tuesday Night Baseball for the playoffs, I thought not having the ticker would be the reason I'd be able to bring that back. And so far, that looks to be bearing out as we're an hour 19 into this stream. And I'm just now getting to the ticker. So I'm not gonna commit one way or the other, but the way it looks is I might actually bring back Tuesday Night Baseball once we get into the playoffs, just because there's going to be a lot of playoff baseball to go through. It's looking like we're going to have 2 wildcard games in the National League and 1 in the American League. So any way I can help speed that up is going to be very welcome. This season, I will say this though, this season has been an absolute blast to play. I've been having a lot of fun just watching the story unfold in this one. So I'm looking forward to potentially getting a lot more replays on the channel. Not just baseball, but also football and hockey, as I've been doing a lot of testing with those as well. But that is amusing for another day, I suspect. And it's now time to ask our friends at Fast Score how the rest of the majors fared. The Tigers pick up a huge board win tonight as they beat up on the California Angels by a final score of 7-1. But let's see how the rest of the majors fared. Starting on August 3rd, we have the Athletics and the Orioles. As the Orioles are locked in a dogfight with the Tigers for the third place spot in the AL East. Athletics 1244, that is 5. Orioles 1141, that is 4, and that's a loss the Orioles can't afford to have. I'm going to grab my Crystal Light here as well, just in case I need a drink. White Sox and the Royals. White Sox 424, that is 2. Royals 614, that is 1, and that's a win for the White Sox. Let me finish updating this. White Sox over the Royals. Okay. Brewers and the Twins. Brewers 1346, that is 6. Twins 1142, that is 5, and that's a win for the Brew Crew. Mariners and the Yankees. Mariners 833, that is 3, and that won't get it done against the Yankees with a 1643, that is 6, and the Yankees will double up on the Mariners as the Yankees continue their winning ways. Red Sox and the Rangers. Red Sox are fading in the AL East. Red Sox 942, that is 4. Rangers 845, that is 5, and that's a win for the Rangers. Astros and the Cubs. Astros 1011, that is 0. Cubs 956, that is 6, and the Cubs get a huge win on the Astros. Expos and the Dodgers. Expos 215, that is 1. Dodgers 632, that is 3. That is a win for the Dodgers. We were talking about the Expos as a top seed in the NL earlier this season. The way things look now, they'll be lucky to make the playoffs as the 6th seed. Braves and the Pirates. Braves 1215, that is 2. Pirates 964, that is 8, and the Pirates will get to hang the Jolly Roger. Mets and the Padres. Mets 616, that is 1. Padres 721, that is 2, and the Friars will bless that game with a win. Phillies and the Giants. Phillies 1055, that is 6. Giants 511, that is 0, and that's actually, let me just double check that. That was a 1055. Okay, that is 6. Never mind. The Phillies beat up on the Giants with a shutout. Reds and the Cardinals. Reds 822, that is 2. Cardinals 1232, that is 4, and the Cardinals double up on the Reds. September 4th, Athletics and the Orioles. Athletics 1314, that is 2. Orioles 1225, that is 3, and that's a win for the Orioles. Angels and the Tigers. Angels 616, that is 1. Tigers 831, that is 3, and that's a win for the Tigers. White Sox and the Royals. White Sox 1246, that is 5. Royals 1143, that is also 5. They will go to extras. White Sox roll a 1 plus 0. Royals will roll a 1 plus 2 is 3. That'll be a win for Kansas City in extras. Brewers and the Twins. Brewers 1415, that is 2. Twins 1646, that is 6. And the Twins get a win. Mariners and the Yankees. Mariners 555, that is 5. Yankees, 1855, that is 8. And the Yankees beat up on the Mariners. Indians and the Blue Jays. Indians, 542, that is 3. Blue Jays, 1455, that is 7. And that's a win for the Blue Jays, as Toronto tries to hold on to the 3 seed in the American League. Astros and the Cubs. Astros, 1523, that is 3. Cubs, 853, that is 5. And that's another win for the Baby Bears. Expos and the Dodgers. Expos, 162, that is 5. Dodgers, 2545 is going to be a lot more than 5, most likely. That's going to be 8. Not a lot more than 8, but not a lot more than 5, but enough more than 5 for the Dodgers to pick up another win and continue the Expos' tailspin. Braves and the Pirates. Braves, 134, that is 2. Pirates, 1511, that is 0. And the Braves get a shutout on the Pirates. Mets and the Padres are both 6s. Mets roll a 62, that is 6. Padres roll a 15, that is 1. And the Mets will get back on their winning ways. Phillies and the Giants. Phillies, 845, that is 5. Giants, 362, that is also 5. They will go to extras. Phillies roll a 2, minus 3 is -1. Giants roll a 1, minus 1 is 0. That'll be a win for the Giants in extras. Reds and the Cardinals. Reds, 1162, that is 7. Cardinals, 913, that is 1. And that game will belong to the Reds. Indians and the Red Sox have a doubleheader. Game 1. Indians, 846, that is 5. Red Sox, 1654, that is 7. And the Red Sox take Game 1. Game 2. Indians, 1051, that is 5. Red Sox, 1552, that is 6. And the Red Sox will get both of those games. Brewers and the Royals. Brewers, 461, that is 5. Royals, 1145, that is also 5. They too will go to extras. Brewers roll a 1, plus 1 is 2. Kansas City rolls a 6, plus 2 is 8. That'll be a win for Kansas City in extras. Athletics and the Yankees. Athletics, 1366, that is 11. Yankees, 1442, that is 5. And the Athletics more than double up the Yankees. White Sox and the Rangers. White Sox, 2042, that is 6. Rangers, 525, that is 2. And that's a win for the White Sox. The White Sox, another team that came on hot in 85, but faded as the season went along. Twins and the Blue Jays. Twins, 531, that is 2. Blue Jays, 613, that is 1. And that's a win for the Twins. Pirates and the Astros. Pirates, 765, that is 8. Astros, 1032, that is 3, and the Pirates will steal that game at the Astrodome. Cubs and the Cardinals. Cubs, 653, that is 5. Cardinals, 2066, that's going to be a lot more than 5, that's 13. And the Cardinals will beat up on the Cubs. September 6th, last day of the ticker. Angels and the Orioles are both 13s. This would have been a great board game as well, but I didn't want to put the Angels on the board twice in a row. Angels roll a 45, that is 5. Orioles roll a 35, that is 4. And that'll be a win for the Angels. A win they badly needed after taking an L on the board. Mariners and the Tigers. Mariners, 914, that is 1. Tigers, 742, and that'll be a win for the Tigers. I would be stunned if that doesn't put them ahead of the Orioles coming out of this block, but we'll see what happens here. That's going to be some chaos in the American League East to watch as the season unfolds, or as the pennant race unfolds. Brewers and the Royals in a doubleheader. Game 1. Brewers, 834, that is 3. Royals, 936, that is 4. And Kansas City will take Game 1. Game 2. Brewers, 625, that is 2. Royals, 1265, that is 9. And Kansas City will get both of those games. Athletics and the Yankees. Athletics, 963, that is 7. Yankees, 1623, that is 4. And the Athletics will get that win. White Sox and the Rangers. White Sox, 1435, that is 5. Rangers, 524, that is 2. And that'll be a win for the White Sox. Twins and the Blue Jays. Twins, 814, that is 1. Blue Jays, 1345, that is 5. And that'll be a win for the Blue Jays. Reds and the Cubs. Reds, 1663, that is 9. Cubs, 844, that is 4. And that game also belongs to the Reds. Pirates and the Astros. Good chance for the Astros to right the ship. And that roll should help. Pirates, 621, that is 2. Astros, 1365, that is 9. And the Astros get their first and only win in this block. Mets and the Dodgers, unless something crazy here happens in the next 4 games, we will see these two teams tomorrow night. Mets, 526, that is 2. Dodgers, -351, that is 3. And that'll be a win by the Dodgers. Phillies and the Padres. Phillies, 835, that is 4. Padres, 616, that is 1. That'll be a win for the Phillies, who are most likely playing for pride at this point. Expos and the Giants. Montreal needs to start getting wins. Well, I was going to say that won't help, but that might. Expos, 915, that is 2. Giants, 314, that is 1, and that actually will be a win for the Expos. Last up in this block, Braves and the Cardinals. Braves, -226, that is 1. Cardinals, 1141. That is 4, and that'll be a win for the Redbirds. And that will do it for this block of 1985 season ticket baseball. Let me enter the standings in my standings sheet, and then we'll see how things look. And I'll make the final decision about tomorrow night's game. Let's see, 1 and 4 for the Brewers, 1 and 2 for the Expos, 2 and 1 for the Blue Jays, 1 and 2 for the Rangers. Fat-fingered. Hold on. So the Blue Jays actually did go 2 and 1. Okay, never mind. So 2 and 1. 3 and 1 for the Cardinals. 1 and 2 for the Giants. 0 and 3 for the Mariners. We won't be seeing a lot of Seattle on the board, that's for sure. Let's see. Pirates went 2 and 2. Phillies went 2 and 1. Athletics went 3 and 1. Yankees only went 2 and 2, so a good team in the East could pick up some ground on them. Mets went 1 and 2. Twins went 2 and 2. Dodgers went 3 and 0. They should pick up some breathing room on the Astros. 1 and 2 for the Angels. 4 and 1 for the Royals. They'll pick up some breathing room. Astros went 1 and 3. Tigers went 3 and 0. Indians went 0 and 3. Reds went 2 and 1. White Sox went 3 and 1. Cubs went 2 and 2. Red Sox 2 and 1. Orioles 1 and 2. Braves 1 and 2. All right, let me get everything updated because I've also got a macro set to sort everything out. Okay, so yeah, the Dodgers now move into first place in the NL West, up a game and a half over the Expos, or not the Expos, the Astros. The Cardinals pick up a game and a half on the Mets actually, so they're up 5.5. The Angels are only up 5 now on the Royals as they lost 2 games. And the Blue Jays pick up a half game on the Yankees tonight. So we know the Indians are already out. The Rangers are headed for doomsday next. The San Francisco Giants have also been officially eliminated from playoff contention as they come out of this block at 82 losses. And remember, a sub-500 record will not get you into the postseason. Next teams headed for doomsday are everybody in the AL West that's not Kansas City or California. The Brewers aren't too far behind them. And we're watching the Braves on Doomsday Watch as well in the next block. So that will do it for this playthrough for Block 37 of 1985 Season Ticket Baseball. Coming out of tonight's action, tomorrow night will be September 7th. And indeed, we will be at Shea Stadium for that game. Or not Shea Stadium, Dodger Stadium for that one, as the New York Mets will be taking on the Los Angeles Dodgers on the board. Ed Lynch will be on the hill for the Mets, and Jerry Royce will be going for the Dodgers. That'll be tomorrow night's action. Saturday, Mystical Munchies will continue out of the Recipes from the World of Tolkien cookbook with the entree, fish and chips, which will also likely mean Saturday morning baseball. We'll also have Sunday morning baseball this week, as Sunday we'll be playing another block in this replay of Season Ticket Baseball. As for Wednesday next week, we will be playing game number 3 on my war game list as we play the Hunters from Consim Press and GMT Games. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care, everyone. The Detroit Tigers exercise complete control in this game against the California Angels, winning 7-1 and moving it back into third place in the American League East. Once again, take care.